This tutorial will show students how to use the Remarks app to edit or annotate any document that a teacher may ask students to work on. In this example, a science teacher has some science notes in which they want the student the process of taking the notes and filling in the blank and so forth. So I'm going to go into Dropbox because all teachers, if they want to get documents out to students, are going to do it through Dropbox. So if I click on Dropbox and I go to the folder that is shared with you from the teacher, I will select the file, the PDF file that the teacher wants students to work on. And in this case, it's Chapter 1 Lab Equipment. Now, when I'm in this file, which right now is still in Dropbox, I want to go to the upper right hand corner because I want to open this document in a program where I can actually edit it, annotate it, change it, write on it, etc. And the program we're going to do that in, and again, is Remarks. So I'm going to click on Remarks. And you'll note that I've now opened up this same Chapter 1 Lab Equipment document in Remarks. And I'm scrolling back and forth page to page just by using my finger. Once I'm in this program, I'm going to go ahead and type. I can record audio on this document as I need to. So first of all, we got a graduated cylinder, and let's say the teacher talks and states that this is a device or an object that we use to measure liquid. So I can go ahead to the text tool. I can select where I want to start typing this text, and I'm going to go ahead and type in the word liquid. I can move that by selecting the hand tool and select liquid, which I just typed in, and I could go ahead and move that exactly where I want to on that line. I can also use the pen tool and handwrite any answer that I choose. Maybe the answer to the second one is sizes, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write the word sizes. And the third one, we measure the volume in milliliters, so I'm going to type in milliliters. Now this could be anything. This could be a lab activity. This could be any type of document. And again, we can hand type it in, or we can write it using our stylus or our finger. I could also record audio. If I wanted to go ahead and use the microphone in the bottom of the screen, I could certainly click on that and record my own notes from the lesson so that I could remember some of what was talked about. Again, as a reminder, I could add a picture from our camera library. And maybe this is a picture I took of something the teacher had. Maybe it was a picture of a lab that we're going to do, and I wanted to get a visual of what that lab looked like. I could go ahead and take a picture. It would be automatically saved on my iPad, and then I could certainly take that picture and upload it right onto my device, resize it, put it in the corner, just like we have here. Okay? So an example of how I can create my own notes. Now, let's say I've gone through the whole lesson and we've taken notes, we've added what we want to it. What do I need to do from here? Well, as a student, you're going to again go up in this upper right hand corner, and I may want to, the first thing I want to do is I want to save this note in my Google Docs. So it's saved somewhere. I could look at it at home, I could look at it during a study hall, I could look at it at any time. So I'm going to upload my notes to my Google page. And everyone should have a Google page that is now up here, their Google Docs. I would click on it, and it would take me to my Google Docs page that has all of my files, and I could save this file or upload it in any folder that I want. So let's say that I'm going to go into, I'm just going to upload it right here, but I could select any folder if I want. I will now upload this file and save it where I feel it's necessary. Let's say it's another type of activity where the teacher wants me to email this note back to them. Maybe it's a lab and I had to fill in the blank and I had to put my data in here, and I want to submit this or send it back to the teacher. So if I click on that arrow again and I click on email documents, I always want to do flatten to PDF because that takes everything that I've written and flattens it on the document. So I'm going to click flattened. It will finalize the document and I will email it. Now, as you should know, the teacher will tell you the subject line of where to send this. And I want to do one thing actually before we actually send it. I'm gonna delete this draft right now, and that is I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna rename this, because the first thing that we're gonna want to do, and the teacher will ask you to do, is rename it, probably with your last name, okay, and then following your last name, maybe what the assignment is. So I'm just gonna put notes chapter 1 with my name first. And what I've done is I've renamed that document. Okay. Now that I've renamed that document, I am going to email this document back to the teacher. Again, I'm going to make it flattened. Every teacher will have a send to Dropbox account. So if I type send, you will have a list of all the send to Dropbox locations you want to send it to. And again, in the subject heading, you're going to want to put whatever the teacher asks you to put in here. It might be 1 for hour 1, 2 for hour 2, etc. I'm going to go ahead and hit send. And that file that I just wrote on and annotated now got sent back to my teacher to be evaluated and graded. So that's how we're going to use Remarks as a program to read any PDF file, annotate, draw, edit, and either save it or send it back to the teacher.